Good morning, everyone. I've got a project that I probably should have done when I first started to do my van build, but I just felt like at the time I didn't need it, and it has to do with ShorePower. I never really brought in an internal ShorePower connection to this van. I probably could have put it somewhere on the van and ran Romex all throughout the van and had some AC outlets, but I didn't do that. So now, after all this time, I'm coming up with a kind of an inexpensive way to do it, but it will, meet all my needs for what I want with ShorePower. My 12-volt system has been working fine, and I'll show you in a minute. I have my new inverter in there, but it does fall short for a lot of the things that I would want to use, especially when I go to these state parks with Nancy or myself, and we have availability for electricity, and I'll be able to get things like a induction stovetop. Usually takes a good 1200 to 1800 watts to do that, so my inverter and my 12-volt would just eat up my batteries. Also, during the winter, I can run a small electric heater in there, which definitely would run down my batteries if I just use the inverter, or I couldn't even use the inverter on that. It would burn up so much electricity. But it's just a few things that I would want to use. I have the availability to have that electric now inside the van. So what I got was, let me show you. This is a NOCO GCP1. So let's open it up and I'll show you how I'm going to do this. And basically, all right, let's check this out. If I can get it open. It's real simple. It's inexpensive, and this company is fantastic. This is just basically a pigtail. It's a 16-inch. You can get it actually with a whole length of cord on it, but I don't need that. And it also would come with a dual pigtails on it, which I wouldn't need also. This here, and I'll show you where in my van I'm going to put it, but it has the female outlet for 120 15 amps. So I can plug into this. I'm going to show you where this is going to come through the van, and that way I can run any kind of extension cord or anything off of the back of that. It's got a rubber sealant, and we're just going to install that. What will I need for this? Oh, that also has 3 self-tapping screws. I will need a 2-inch Sawzall metal, hole saw, 2-inch. I'm going to tape off the little area with some of this tape so I don't scratch anything around the surrounding area. Then I'm going to take some, and I'm not going to spray it on there, I'm going to spray this onto a little mat and brush it onto the areas after I sand it down and use some sandpaper on it to make sure there's no rusting areas. And then basically I'm going to then run it through the van, and like I said, I'll show you where I'm going to do all this. Matter of fact, I'm going to move the van around and videotape this work while I'm doing it. So when I'm at like campsites, sometimes you'll see that they have these 30 amp receptacles there. So this here, I'll be able to plug into that, and it's dummied down to a 15 amps. So I'll be able to plug a extension cord into that, and then go into my new adapter here. Also, another great product from NOCO, I do like this company, is I got this, and this is really nice. This is the NUCO Genius 10. This is a battery charger, maintainer. It does about anything. It does 12 volt, 6 volt. It can do any lead acid battery, like the AGM batteries, and even lithium batteries, both the lithium ion and the LiFePO4 batteries. So you can go ahead and charge up your batteries. It comes with the cables, And if I needed to do that while I'm at a state park where I can plug into, I can maintain my batteries, just another way to get them all charged up. Not only the house batteries, but the van battery itself. So there's a lot of uses for this. So anyway, let me show you where I'm going to put this, and we'll get the show on the road here. On the van, I just wanted to show you this. You can't really see it because I have it covered, but that's my new inverter. I put these little blocks in front of these things, so when I slide things into my garage area here, they don't get disrupted. But that's my new Renogy 1000-watt inverter that has a remote. This little gray cord's a remote, so up there on that, can't see it, but let me see. Right there is my on-off switch for it. So anyway, here's where I'm going to put it. Coming back to the back of the van, there is, alongside, there's these holes. And in this hole right behind here, it goes out to a little, it's metal area through the sheet metal through the van. And it's perfect because I can run that NUCO receptacle up through this and then stuff it down in here. I actually have Thinsulate that I pulled out of there for insulation just to do this job, but then I can just have that hang out or stuff it back in there whenever I need it. So let me go around to the other side of the van. I'll show you the little square part that I was talking about. So this is basically right here, right along here, and that 2-inch receptacle will fit right through there and go. And it's, you know, it's real thin sheet metal, but I'm going to tape it up and go ahead, and that's where my ShorePower plug's going to go. So hopefully this all goes well. It'll be another hole in my van. Make sure I clean this whole area off here real good, and then I'll put some tape around it and square this off and find the exact center of it. Take those sunglasses off. See a lot better. Alright, there's a little line that comes down here. So I'm just going to basically square this off like that. And then I'm going to come from this angle to this angle. Something similar to this. And then I'll come from this angle here and basically to there. So we're looking at that as center. And that seems about right. So I'm going to kind of bang on the inside of it and feel that in the area in there. And then I'll put a little pilot hole right here, and then I'll go ahead and start the sawzall. I may even put a little, tape a little bag underneath inside to catch any metal flakes that may fall down. I'm also going to take my big magnet and go along the bottom of it also. But here we go, let's check this out. That seems like the spot. Right there. I think we're good to go. This is a 2-inch. I highly suggest that when you do something like this, you double check, triple check, quadruple check, make sure that you're putting this in the right spot, make sure there's nothing behind it you're drilling into, and just be real careful, go slow. There's no rush in doing this. Once the 2-inch hole is in there, we'll scrape the outer edges of it, and we'll go ahead and paint it, and we'll do a little tap little holes for the, well, there's self-tapping screws, but I think I'll still put a tiny little pilot hole in there for those 3. And once the paint dries, we'll put a second coat around it and collect any of the sheet metal fragments that may have fallen. I got a bag underneath here inside hopefully to catch it all. So I think we're good to go. Let's give this a shot. I'll do a little pilot hole here. That didn't take much. Bam. All right. Seems like a nice clean cut. Why you use tape on that. The flange goes all the way over this. I'm going to sand this all down now and paint it, and caught the scraps from the inside also. So there's my hole. Out, boy, huh? You always got an eye on me, don't you? All right, guys, it's a couple hours later. I didn't bore you with a second coat of little paint I put in there, but it took a little longer to dry than I thought, but it's nice and dry right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this through here, and on here, there are three holes. This is the back of it. That's the front of it. And I'm gonna mark them on here because it comes with 3 self-tapping screws, but I'm gonna get them started where I want this lined up here so I know exactly. That way, when I put the self-tapping screws in, they'll line up perfectly. So let's go ahead and get that done. Sunny here now, but I'm going to tape this up right here so it doesn't move and it's lined up perfectly. Let me move it over a little more. That's it. So now that won't keep flipping down on me, and I can go ahead and do these 3 screws. What I think I'll do is I'll go ahead and put one in, that way it won't move on me. Like I said, these are Phillips head self-tapping. So get that one in there. Okay, one, perfect. There we go. The flange is behind it, makes it waterproof. Pop this off. And we've got ShorePower. Let me go show you the inside. So this is from the inside, and there you go. I have from here, you know, I might put some electrical tape here just once I put the insulation back in here. I don't want this scraping along there, so I'll probably run some kind of really heavy-duty electrical tape there so there's no abrasion there. But now I've got a 15 amp, have ShorePower. So all in all, I'm happy with this job. Hey guys, thanks for watching that little installation of the NOCO GCP1. It's a 125 volt, 15 amp, 16-inch pigtail. very inexpensive. At the time I bought this, it was $22 on Amazon. Of course, you got to buy the hole saw and the Rust-Oleum, but other than that, it's a pretty inexpensive way just to get some ShorePower inside your van. 15 amp that is, but you can do that reducer from the 30 amp from the like a campsite or something down to 15 amp and be able to use this. Good company. That and the battery monitor, charger, maintainer from NOCO also. I'll put both of those links down below. I recommend them highly. So, hey guys, I'm leaving in actually 3 days. We're going on a road trip, and so stay tuned for that. Thanks a lot for following Walker's World. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. NOCO GCP1. Pretty cool.